Hello to all my wonderful third grade friends. We are back with another video on interpreting data, and we're going to spend some time today talking about another type of graph, and specifically we're going to talk about pictograph perfection. And so today's graphing, we're going to talk all about how to use a pictograph to organize data and to read different charts that have pictographs on them. Okay, so I found this wonderful example of a pictograph that I wanted to share with you guys, and I want us just to kind of take a look and kind of see some things that we notice with pictographs. And so the first thing, hopefully you're noticing that just like a bar graph, a picture graph is going to have a title at the top and a category on the side. So these are our different categories. So you're going to notice that our title of this chart is favorite colors, and then our categories would probably be the types of colors. And down at the bottom, you're going to see we have a key down here. A key is an essential part of a pictograph because the key is going to tell you how much each picture is representing. So down here we have our key, and our key is showing us that one crayon actually equals 2 students. So if you're thinking about a bar graph, remember on the side we have that scale that went up by 1s or 2s or whatever it was. In this situation, we actually have a key that shows us one picture equals so many students. And so you're going to notice a big difference in a picture graph and a bar graph is that a bar graph has bars and a picture graph has pictures. So you're going to see that our key today as one crayon has 2 students. And so for red, each of these crayons actually means 2. So I'm going to say 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So 12 kids think that red is their favorite color. And you're going to notice I like to put the number over here on the side, so that way whenever I'm ready to answer any kind of data questions, I already know how many is there. Again, here in blue, we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Green, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Now you're probably asking yourself, what do you do when you only have half a crayon? Well, you're going to cut the crayon in half, just like you cut the students in half. So instead of having 2 students, you have 1. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 11, since we only have half of a crayon. For purple, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, and then 17. And that's really all you have to do for a picture graph. I'm going to show you one more example that I found for you guys. Okay, here's another example of a picture graph, but you're going to notice it doesn't have a title. So maybe I'm going to come up with my own title for it, and I'm wondering if it's the number of apples picked in these months. So I'm going to call it apple picking. Okay, and my categories are over here. You're going to notice my categories are January, February, March, and April, and my categories are months. So I'm going to go ahead and put months over here. Sorry, I'm having trouble with my handwriting today. And then again, when you look at your data, hopefully you notice that the apples down here at the bottom, it tells you one whole apple is 10 apples and one half of an apple is 5. And so January, you're going to notice is how many? 10. February had 10, 20, 30, 40. March, 10, 20 plus 5 is 25. And April had 20. Now I'm going to show you guys how to draw your own picture graph. The first thing you want to do when drawing a picture graph is you want to make yourself a big rectangle. Then you're going to cut that rectangle not down the middles per se, but maybe give yourself maybe 3/4 on one side and 1/4 on the other. And then you're going to give yourself your different sections. In this graph, I want to make sure that I've got 4 sections because I'm going to graph 4 pieces of data. So I'm going to go ahead and split that up into 4s. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is I want to figure out what is my data. I'm going to do favorite fruits. The fruit choices that I have are apple, banana, orange, and pear. Okay? And what I've done over here on the side, remember we need to create the category, and the category in this situation is fruits. And my key or my scale, I'm going to just do an apple, and I'm going to do an apple for all pieces of data just to be consistent. You want to keep the same picture. So I'm going to say 1 apple is equal to 2 people. Okay? So I know that I've got 5 for people that liked apples. So I'm going to draw 1, 2. Remember, each apple is 2. So that's 2, 4, and then I'm going to do a half an apple to get 5. Bananas, I have 10. So I'm going to draw 5 apples because I know that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Oranges had 4. So I'm going to draw 2 in my oranges. And my pears had 7. So I'm going to say 2, 4, 6, and another half is 7. I know my picture's not that perfect, so sorry about that. And then finally, I need a title. So the title on this is going to be favorite fruit. And there you have it. That's going to be a picture graph. Remember, the important piece of a picture graph is to draw your picture to be the same. And then also your scale either needs to go by 1s or needs to go by 2s. So that way, or an even number of some kind, because you don't want, when you cut your shape in half, it's going to be really hard to do that if you have an odd number. So I would suggest 2s, 4s, 6s, 10s, or really just sticking with 1 would probably be your best solution. That's all we have today. Okay, guys, thanks so much for watching. And I don't know if, hopefully I haven't told you this joke yet, but when should you buy a bird? All right, guys, I'll see you later.